Social media is a threat to democracy. In the current technological climate, it is not possible to have fair and open democratic elections. This is the thesis of a TED Talk by Carol Cadwalader, which is actually hosted on the TED website. It hasn't been put on YouTube yet, so follow the link. This alarming talk is a call to action. It speaks truth to power, and it prompts us and tech companies to really think about whether or not democracy is something that we want, something that functions the way we expect it to, and whether or not it's something that is worth fighting for. What do you think? Is there something that you and I can do to help protect the value of democracy? Would boycotting social media help? Let me know what you think in the comments, or turn off your computer and go talk to real people. Your call. Jonathan Pye is still on fire, ripping into the media coverage of the Extinction Rebellion, drawing attention to the parochial dismissiveness of the framing of the issue. In related news, the UN is set to release an 8,000-page report this month detailing threats to human society arising from our depletion of natural resources. I strongly recommend that you do some investigation yourself into the consequences of overfishing, deforestation, and soil depletion. This is an issue that is at least as big a threat to human quality of life as climate change, and potentially an even bigger threat to the fundamental basis for human existence itself. It is entirely conceivable that in our lifetimes we will witness the population collapse of some critical species, such as bees or plankton, and then watch the entire food web of the planet disintegrate beneath us. The road might have been more prophetic than we are comfortable admitting. This video is an impressively honest reflection by someone who was drawn into the rabbit hole of alt-right theories and ideas that he describes leading to beliefs of racism, xenophobia, and elitism. What I find really moving about this video is the honesty with which he describes the process that he went through and the way that he found it justifiable, as well as the way that he found his way back out. I think that this is the sort of information that we need to promote dialogue instead of hatred. And this is the sort of voice that can help bring change and reduce the divisiveness of the current state of our political climate. My final two videos this week are related to the arrest of Julian Assange, a modern-day Ned Kelly-type Australian hero. The first video is a guy who is probably not as funny as he thinks he is, but it's highly informative and explains a number of the services that Julian Assange has provided to the international community as a result of his WikiLeaks website. The second video is by renowned linguist and political historian Noam Chomsky, speaking on the ways in which the United States is overstepping judicial boundaries in its attempt to extradite Julian Assange and prosecute him for what he's done. The United States is attempting to terrorize, to scare journalists in a bid to clamp down on worrying trends of journalists speaking truth to power, which I might add is the fundamental crux of their vocation, holding governmental and other authoritarian powers to account. Just this year, the international organization Reporters Without Borders has downgraded the United States press freedom ranking to a problematic status. The United States ranking of press freedom has now been dropped to below that of Botswana and Chile. This is on the back of ongoing attacks on the integrity of the press by the president, along with an increasing frequency of death threats and bomb threats, including actual violence, such as a shooting in a newsroom in Maryland which killed 5 reporters.